Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Gray Man Prepping. It is time for Tactical Tuesday, and we got an interesting one tonight because tonight's topic is home network hacking smart devices. And how's everybody doing out there? All right, well, let's jump over here to the comments because I'm not sure if I caught everybody. And let's go up here. First one in was Crew 1351, then Moon Over Miami, then Geeky Gardens, Kaylin Strain, Sandra Volmar, Diana, okay. Wow, we got a lot more watching than our commenting, so lurkers, hey, it's okay to lurk. Just, at least say hi. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. From last night, we were talking about Drake's crusty fry mix. And in the minute I started, I had Drake's. So, 12.8 pounds at 15. Okay, we don't have any Mennonite stores out here or Amish stores, unfortunately, here in Idaho. So I'll check around other places to see if they have it. And Tammy's here, Rebel Canners. Yeah, crispy fry, yeah. All right. So this one was one of the ones that keeps on getting pushed down the list as other people suggest. People suggest more timely ones that need to be put out. So, and let me get a drink here. I've gotten emails from several people of information about these different things and stuff. It all boils down to the same thing. And we're going to dig deeper on that here in a second. But basically what it is all those smart devices you're getting into your home, a lot of them do not have absolutely zero firewalls built into them. And they connect via Wi-Fi or Bluetooth through other things in your house to get access to the internet. And that's the problem. One more interesting ones, Susan Galley had sent me was on light bulbs. They got smart light bulbs that you can control with your phone. You get in, download the app, and you can control the color from bright white to warm to red, green, yellow, blue, purple, whatever. And you can control, you can use it as a dimmer all on your phone via Bluetooth, but your phone also has Wi-Fi access to your internet. And because of that, the app they put on there links directly to your internet, so it can report problems with the product and everything else. Well, what it does, it spies on everything in your house. And then if you have one of those smart refrigerators that tells you, oh, you need to get this and this because you're now low on milk, you're out of cheese, because it scans everything you have in your refrigerator, and it puts on the outside, it says shopping list, and it puts up the stuff you need to get. Well, it links up with other appliances, and they can figure out everything. All right, this is what you're shopping for, and it connects up to the smart toasters and coffee machines and everything else. And yeah, And so basically, the biggest hackers in using that are hacking your home network are corporations. So any company you have a smartphone with, whether it's an Apple, a Google phone, or a Samsung or whatever type smartphone, and you get an app for any of these smart devices onto the phone, it is so I'm trying to keep a half eye on the chat going by there. It basically it gathers all the information, but hackers, because these things do not have firewalls on them and allows them all to communicate with each other, hackers can get in there and get the same information from you. And of course, then if you also have Alexa or Siri on your phone or whatever else, it gets into those as well. Yeah, there are Mennonites and Amish out here, but there's no stores that I've been able to find. And I've Google searched several times trying to find Mennonite stores and Amish stores out here, and I can't find any of them. Or at least none near me. There might, I said, I was searching within, anything within, 150 miles of Idaho Falls, and nothing came up. All right. Let's see. All right. So one of the things, all right. One of the things that I'm doing here is anything we buy that has a smart app on it, if you got to get in there and give it crap, no. Turn it off, disable, do not give it access to the, to the internet. Unfortunately, TVs is one that, to make the smart TVs work, it's got to be hooked up to the internet so it can show your Roku or your Tubi, or if you happen to have it, Disney or Paramount Plus, YouTube on it. The PBS ones are all done via internet now. So that's one thing that has a problem, but like the and Daniel Berry Sports Highlight is here. All right. The Opus backup battery, power stations I got have an app for them. It's like nope, not getting the app, not downloading the app, nothing. If there's something I need to do on it, I go up to the screen and I go into it manually. And someone goes, "Oh, you can't do stuff from home." I don't need to do stuff from home when I'm away from home. Only time I need to do something to it is when I'm at home. And since I've set it up, I haven't had to do anything to it. It works without the app. Oh yeah, and Jeff pointed out, yeah, wireless cameras are also easy to hack, especially if you have them hooked up to a security system. Hang on a second. I gotta find a cough drop here. There we go, just a regular cough drop. The pollen drop yesterday was insane. So it's, of course, there were kids going outside tracking pollen into the house. So the problem is with the hackers, and I'm not even sure that you can you can trust any of the corporations not to be doing this. Because if you have your desktop or laptop hooked up to a home network, basically your modem, and these other things are hooked up to the internet, they can use the modem to get into your computers to search for personal information. And if the corporations can do that, you know the hackers out there are doing that. You know, they're trying to dig deep into and try to find any bank account data, credit card data, anything and everything they can. Checking account information, anything they can to rip you off. And so that's one of that's one of the problems with having, quote, smart devices on your home network. Back in the beginning, I mean, back when Chris and I first got married, our home network was it was the modem, and we were hooked, and the computers were hooked up to the modem, so either one could go online, and they could at the time seek each other out, and you could share information between them. Which after about 1 month, we decided, nah, we don't really need to be sharing information like that, because that might give someone else an access. So we disabled all that function, so we couldn't be discovered by anybody else on the home network. And it was a lot simpler back then. We never got hacked before, never had any problems with that, and so kind of things have gone on as everything's progressed with all the apps and everything else you can do on it, on the systems and stuff, and everything they have in it. Like I said, the cameras, the light bulbs, your washer and dryer have smart apps on them now. Your water heater, your furnace, you can get those with smart apps on it. Coffee makers, refrigerator, freezers, toasters even now have smart apps on it. And it's just, it's bad. So how about I can say? Sometimes I wonder if the programs are supposed to block hacking are actually programmed to hack. Depending on the company, yeah. The thing is, if your car has the stuff on it and it's close enough to pick up your router Wi-Fi stuff, so like your car manufacturer can use the system in the car to hack into your Wi-Fi and get more information on you. So, it's time to try selling these people another car. Yeah. One of the things interesting I found out, and I saw it in one mainstream media output. One day that several of them talked about, and then never again, was that the companies were deciding we need to do a recall for this part on these cars, because they found out when people got a recall for an airbag or a catalytic converter or something on it that really that's not going to stop you from using the car, people would trade the car in. And since it was a fake recall, they everything's been fixed on it, and sell the car again, but they got you to buy a new car. So the home networking now is including stuff you never thought it would include. You're out to your car now, and anything at all that has any sort of computer chips in it could have a Bluetooth communication device or a Wi-Fi communication device built into it. So yeah, it's one of those stupid things. When I got a phone without a SIM card to use as a camera for shooting my videos and stuff, it somehow was able to access my my router without knowing the password. It hacked the password itself. And so I had to go into and disable Wi-Fi connection and Bluetooth connections on the phone, and then I changed the password. So yeah, it's and that was a Samsung phone. So yeah, you got to be careful with what stuff's getting in there, and you need to find out what has access to your modem and your internet Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and stuff, because what stuff's going on is absolutely insane what they're able to do. Okay. I see some now. I got some numbers up here. Some people are now watching from Facebook as well. Hi, those on Facebook. Yeah. Yeah. Do they have what do you mean by a kill switch? A kill switch to turn off the surveillance system, or a kill switch for the surveillance system to turn off the car? The surveillance system can turn off the car, but I don't think they are putting out there the ability for you to turn off that surveillance system. Oh, so I've understand how to disable the kill switch on a pickup. Okay, cool. Yeah, turn off the car. Which is another reason why if we ever decide to get another vehicle, it's going to be a 60s or 70s Ford or Dodge one-ton crew cab. But where it's where the electronics on it is non-existent, or can be made non-existent. So yeah. Now some of the things I'll go a little deeper on it, like the light bulb, the smart light bulbs. They found they actually had cameras in them. And thinking a light bulb have a camera in it, yeah, because I have some security cameras that are about that big that I got from Harbor Freight, and they have great video quality on them, and they even have sound and audio receiving and talking for my cameras. Of course, the smart bulb doesn't want to talk at you, so we'll have a microphone but not a speaker. And they've caught it where the camera's watching people put the smart bulb in their closet, and they've caught video of the people going into their closet after they get out of the shower to pick out their clothes, and they're totally all natural, and it's being pulled. Those images are being pulled by the company that sold the smart light bulb. And so it could also be being hacked by anybody who's hacked into your system, and it's just monitoring your system, not trying to take it over, just seeing what's going on there. And all of a sudden they're going, ooh. There are a bunch around here in the United States. I'm watching them all the time. The old thing is, the old ones, once they've been cleaned up, are going for the same price as a brand new, fully decked out, modern one-ton truck. So yeah, there are some things I know in the day. For like I've been looking at thing about turning off the car. My 65 Dodge one-ton, I had a Caterpillar master switch put on it. So down on the floorboard next to the seat had a master switch. I turned that off. You couldn't start that car for that truck for anything. And you could try jumping it, and soon as you took the jumper battery off, the jumper cable off, it would stop working. So yeah, it was, if you were able to, you'd have to hotwire the jumper thing because it turned off the ignition switch through the master switch. But yeah, it's, they're the way things are going, modern cars, you can't put one of those on your car because it kills everything, in the car. So you have all your presets for your radio stations, none of the manual tuning ones, or you have your push buttons on it. Those are great. So you change out the battery, hop in, turn on the radio. Okay, I want to listen to KCBS. I want to listen to WHY. I want to, you just push buttons and didn't lose your presets. Someone hacked the handrail on my stairs. I had to go buy new brackets. Hang on here. There we go. Yeah, young ones can't drive a straight car. Yeah. The and thing is, though, they've also found cameras in the coffee makers. They found cameras because in the refrigerators, but the refrigerator is supposed to have a camera going to the inside. What they don't show is the camera on the outside showing what's going on in the kitchen. All right. And let's go over here and yeah, okay, it retracted. Okay. I'm just trying to think all the ones, anything you can think about it can do it. Oh, smart stoves as well. They have cameras that showing what you're cooking, so they can send you ads as far as what to try to sell you stuff. And what it was a couple of weeks back. Hang on, let me go look at my mailbox here again. So it was back on April 19th. Geeky Gardens sent me an email the night before. The live stream for the night before, when we were talking about time travel and dimensional shifts, YouTube started recommending videos and movies to Geeky Gardens because his his stuff was spying on him, and saw that he was watching something about dimensional shifts and time travel, and so they started recommending all of these stuff to him. Yeah. Yeah, the and some smart meters, some companies for your power doesn't read all the time. It stores up a usage on it, average usage on it. It does an average usage signal out, so you can turn off the main breaker to the house and the meter keeps going because it's doing an average usage thing on it, just recording that you're using it even though you turned off the breaker to the house. Let me think here. Yeah. So anytime you see anything that says Bluetooth, Bluetooth app to make this work better, Wi-Fi hookup ability, it's like, no. We will not buy a printer that has Wi-Fi ability on it. We want we want printers that we plug the Cat5 cable into it and plug the Cat5 cable into the router so it hooks up to the computers directly. because Wi-Fi stuff, you know, people are hacking that. And I almost forgot something here. This is a side note. All right. With all, and our goal is to try to eliminate the Wi-Fi usage in our house totally. With that in mind, I'm in the process of getting a bigger router that has 20 ports on it for Ethernet cables. And I got several of these little devices. It plugs the Ethernet cable plugs into that side, and this side plugs into our Kindles or anything else that takes a standard a USB A, B, or C that has Wi-Fi on it, but also has that you can turn off the Wi-Fi, plug into it, so you don't have the Wi-Fi radiation in the house as well. And that's the problem with all these smart devices. They're all giving off signals constantly. So you got all this extra, radiation from the radio waves. And that's what Wi-Fi is. That's what Bluetooth is. It's radio waves. So you got all this radio pollution going on and disrupting your neural system as well. We talked about the smart bulbs that had cameras in them, that had the Bluetooth app, so you can change the colors, turn them on and off from your phone. But we didn't do about the one with the FCC warning on them. So what is the FCC warning you're talking about? Because some have different frequency warnings on it, and has the flicker warning on them now on some of them. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, these things here are relatively inexpensive. And that way, when we're the wife and I, sometimes we'll go to bed and we'll read a book or whatever on our Kindles. Rather than doing it Wi-Fi, we're going to do it through this thing here and just pick up the cord, plug it into it, and do our read our electronics books. Read the little pamphlet comes with any LED bulb. Yeah. Yeah, there are, yeah. So this is going to be a little bit shorter here. So yeah. So don't get any of those, any of the lights that have a Bluetooth app on them that are multiple colored. You don't want to use those because they have Bluetooth or Wi-Fi on them. So they're going to hack into your stuff there, and they're finding a bunch of those have cameras in them. So you got to watch out for that, because you never can tell where the camera is. If it's in your bedroom, if it's in your bathroom, very embarrassing stuff to have cameras into, sharing it. There is a company out there. Oh, I can't remember. Was it Power? It was something Queen for appliances. They make stoves and refrigerators old school ways. There's no electronics in them. It's a manual. You got to turn it totally. Go click to get it to ignite the stove on it, but you don't have any computer programming for oven temperature. Okay, for this many minutes. It's all dials and mechanical timers and stuff. Yeah, I have for my ham radio. I have a dongle that works for putting all the ham radio frequencies on. Yeah. So yeah, that's the things to be careful of. Look at, check on. If you bought one of those smart lights that has the app on it, you can go searching the app brand and find out if that's one of the smart lights that have the cameras in it, that people found cameras in it. You can check on your coffee makers and refrigerators and stuff. Find out, if you bought some of the new ones that have the software, so it alerts your phone. Oh, you're low on milk. You need to get milk. That you can find out whether or not it has cameras taking pictures of your kitchen and stuff, and find out whether or not there is a way to manually turn those off where they can't turn them back on again. There are ways where you can turn them off with the app, but they go back on again. So yeah, this is a triple-edged sword, and two of the edges are what are cutting at you for these smart devices and stuff. Yeah, I don't trust a lot of these, and I will never activate Bluetooth stuff on any appliance ever, no matter what. Hey, there's some companies out there selling that are restoring old refrigerators. If you want to go for the ones from the 60s and 70s, they're restoring those things and selling them. And one company found several of the which one was it? I think it was GE electric ranges from back in the late 60s, 68, 69, and 70, 72, found some in a warehouse that had never been sold. Hey, but yes, there's some companies out there that are pulling that stuff up, pulling up stuff like that, so you can go old school like your parents or like we did when we were kids. All right, everyone. I'm going to wrap this up. I think I beat this one good to you. Just got to, don't trust the Bluetooth devices and apps in your house for any sort of appliance, no matter what it is. All right, coming up here, Thursday is the Midnight Ride. Friday on Camp Patton is Homestead Update. Back here on Gray Man for Survival Saturday is after the super hurricane. What are your plans? Monday is Memorial Day. We're not going to do a live. I've talked to some of my nephews that have been serving the military. They hemmed and hawed, decided, nah, it's kind of personal. They don't want to do it. Next Tuesday is Build Your Skill Bank. We're going to talk about the skills you need to work on the most in general, and then we'll talk about skills that you may need to do if you want to do something special. All right. So with that, stay happy, stay safe, keep adding to your preps, and I'll see you Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern for the Midnight Ride with Gray Man Prepping. Take care, everyone.